Alright everybody, you know who it is, the Dark Artist, and I'm back once again, 28 video, and I know, everyone, I've been gone once again for quite some time. I promise I'm not trying to make it where I come up with a video every 2 months, but yeah, I had some stuff going on, and I had to come back to let y'all know what's going down. So yeah, what's been new? A lot of things, actually. A lot of things been going on, a lot of new powers, a lot of new abilities, but I'm not really interested in talking about me right now. I want to focus on all of you out there. A lot of people have been doing their homework, and that's good. Ben Reed, much props to you. I got your messages. You've been crossing over, you've been doing your dream work. Excellent. Keep it up. Keep it up, brother. Don't stop. Keep doing your thing. And I don't have the names up here right now, but there's many other people that have been contacting me. I know I haven't been getting at people because I've been real busy in my own journey, doing my own things. But yeah, much love, and everyone needs to just keep focusing on themselves and focusing on their own work. I'm just a messenger. You know, these videos come out, I put them up. My purpose is simply to just reconnect you with yourself. Once you reconnect with yourself, and that meaning your inner self, excuse me, that will take you to where you need to go. Once you keep focusing on your dream work, that will take you where you need to go. The reason I keep stressing on always, and I'm always going to talk about this, is making contact with your inner self, is because I've said it 100 times. That's the one true God. I don't like that word guide. I hate this spirit guide stuff because it's so, new age and everyone's using it to death. But the inner self is you. That's what it is. See, we have this ability of, many people say connect with your inner self, connect with your inner self. I know I've said it many times. But connecting with the inner self is simply you connecting with you. The inner self is you. You see, we take on these physical bodies to experience this reality, and we forget the true selves, which is us, our true selves. We have the ability to, I know a lot of people may be confused. They say, well, if I'm contacting my inner self and I'm getting information, then it's not me. It's another person, or it's another force, another energy. But no. See, that's how great we are. We have the ability to communicate with ourselves, and ourselves can give ourselves information. So, a soul, I talked about the soul, I believe I probably did in my other videos. What is a soul? Well, we are souls, and a soul is made up of, well, let me step back for a minute. You have, basically, the soul is made up of many cells. Other personalities that you got going on in these other realities. You can call them whatever you want. Probable selves, reincarnational selves, whatever. But all of those different personalities and different characters are all connected to the one soul. And you're part of your soul, basically. So all these different energies combined together create the soul, or the entity, or whatever you want to call it. But at the same time, it's still us. So once you drop this fantasy of being human, or being black, or being white, and I'm going to touch on that for a minute because I've been real disappointed recently with a lot of stuff I see. But this is nothing new. Things have been going on for centuries. But anyway, I'm going to get back on that later. Yeah. Once you drop that image and you realize that you are multidimensional, you end up connecting with this inner self, which is you, and you just start getting information about everything, that you need. I've said this, I think, in my last videos, but we are all ancient, all of us. You just forgot about it, but our energy has been alive before this universe was even created. We've always been here, and we always will be. Wherever you're at right now, if you're watching this video, this is just one stage on your path that you're at right now. Whatever your life is, whether you are doing very well or doing very bad, if you think you're doing bad, poor, wealthy, whatever. This is just one portion of your trip that you're on right now. And I know things get hard, and I know when you're getting hit from all angles and you feel like, things are just not going well. I know this kind of talk sounds like a lot of bullshit, and it sounds real new agey, and people trying to come with some spiritual tip, but this is what I'm talking about. This goes beyond all of that. You have to realize who you really are. And the only way you're going to do that is by cutting off all of this outside nonsense that's going on and focusing within. And your dreams are going to help liberate you and bring you to that next level, to where you need to be at. These people don't know anything. And I've said this probably many times already. They don't know anything. The church doesn't know anything. The Buddhists don't know anything. The scientists don't know anything. The government damn sure doesn't know anything. They don't know what's going on. And what I mean by that is they don't know your own subjective reality. Everyone's trying to come out and tell you what to be, what to do. You got to do this, you got to do that. You got to wear your hair this way and tie your shoes that way. You don't have to do a goddamn thing, but be you. That's all you got to do. Be yourself. You don't have to listen to nobody. Your body is the temple or church or whatever you want to call it. It's your body. Your mind connects to all of this. Your mind, your soul, your spirit, your energy. There's so many different names. Don't get caught up in the names of all these different things. I see all these websites, man. They're talking about Kundalini energy and chakra points, and all that type of stuff will just get you confused. It'll all get you confused. Because you'll be saying, well, wait a minute, this person says chakra points, and I go to this other website talking about Kundalini, and here they're talking about chi and ki, and all these titles, they're all the same thing. Energy has no name. It's nameless, and so are you. Now, y'all know I always got to come out with something crazy, but I'm going to just say it. You are nameless. You have no name. I don't have a name. What I mean by that is our power is so great, there's no name for it. Now, that doesn't mean that we don't have an identity and that we're voiceless. We always have an identity. But the names that we have, these names have no connection to our identity or what we experience. So, whatever you call yourself, that's just something that you call yourself. In this reality, we go by names, and people want to have names, and they feel they need names to, make themselves who they want to be, or they hang certain meanings onto the names and family names and all this stuff, but you don't have a name. You're nameless, and I'm nameless too, but we still have our own identities. So don't get caught up in names of systems, even your own name. Now, I know this may sound crazy. People say, now, wait a minute, what's going on? What's he talking about? But what I mean is, don't get so caught up into all these different labels of everything. And this goes on a very deep level, even as far as race and nationality. Now, let me get on this. Look, there is no black and white, or Indian, or Chinese, or Japanese. How many times I gotta say this? How many times other people have to say this? If you are still talking about black and white and Muslim, whatever, Pakistani, Afghanistan, Japanese, Chinese, Muslim, Christian, Catholic, Buddhist, whatever, you're still missing the point. You haven't really graduated to that next stage to take you to that next level of your consciousness development. Now, I did touch on this subject way back in some of my earlier videos, and it's still up, but these things are stupid. And I'm sorry, I gotta laugh. I'm sorry, but they're just stupid. They're childish, and they're just really insane when you start thinking about them, man. I mean, I see so many people on YouTube, and I'm not knocking anybody's path. Everyone has their choice. And you know me, I'm all about freedom, freedom of choice. You do what you want to do. But I see people coming out, they're talking about freeing the mind, they're talking about freeing consciousness, but then they'll come out with this belief, and I'm like, well, this is still tying them to the things they're talking against. So it's very contradicting. You can't talk about freeing your mind and being one with the universe and being this all-powerful God being, but then you're still talking about connecting to so-called African roots and African deities, or Celtic roots and Celtic deities, or Scottish gods, and all these type of things. It just doesn't make any sense. That's crazy. The true gods have no labels. That's why they're gods. And the true gods are us. There are no mystical gods up in the ether somewhere hanging out, looking down on us. It's us. We are the true gods. And we manifest ourselves here as just part of our journey. And if you want to think in terms of numbers, there are billions and billions. There's an infinite number of gods. This is one stage of reality that we all come through. That's it. There have been an infinite number of others, millions, billions before us that come here. And now this is just our moment here. And when we are gone, there'll be an infinite number of other beings that come through here. Straight up, that's what it is. And when you're still, excuse me everybody, my throat is a little strange today. But anyway, when you're still getting caught up into all this racial stuff, man, it's like that stuff just holds you back, and you don't really grow at all. It just holds you down. And once you start labeling yourself, you limit yourself. That's it. So drop that nonsense about race. And I know it's hard. I know it is, because you might live in a community where it's probably, dominantly one race, whether it's black, white, Chinese, Japanese, whatever. And you might live in a country where it's specifically one race. Like here, I'm in Japan, and in Japan, it's Japan, so mostly everybody's Japanese, with a few so-called minorities here and there, including myself. But it's still a limiting belief system. And I see that from my own journey over here. And I'm on this side of the globe because I'm here for a reason. I'm trying to help people unlock those, doors in their mind to bring them to this next level of development, because it's not really happening over here on this side of the world. You have a group of immortal beings who live in the same place, but everyone's basically sharing the same culture and similarities, and they call themselves Japanese. It's a trance. I mean, they're in a dream state. They're dreaming up this fantasy of that they're Japanese, and they got their own little rituals and their own little cultural things that they do. And I'm not saying that that's bad, but it's kind of become a trap for them, because I hear people tell me every day, all the time, well, I can't do this. I really like this girl, man. I say, all right, well, why don't you talk? Oh, I can't talk to her. Well, why not? Oh, because I'm Japanese. It's like, well, what does that have to do with it? So I'm just giving an example of things that's happening on the other side of the globe, because it seems, I'm not picking on Japan, but it seems like the whole so-called spiritual movement and people becoming awake and all these things, they're happening in, just say in America, Europe, parts of Africa. They're happening in many places, but I'm not going to say all of Asia, but at least over here where I'm at in Japan, they're getting there's no energy coming over here, man. Because when I bring up these topics to people, they're looking at me like I just stepped off the mothership, man. It's like, what the hell is this guy talking about, man? And this is even on the most basic fundamentals, the basic fundamental level of things. I'm just talking about, some people I do get into it deeply, but for others, I'm hitting them with small stuff, simple dream work. The concept of lucid dreaming, nobody even knows about that over here. I mean, they do have, I saw one book on it, but it's not really a bestseller. put it like this. I've been here 5 years. 4 years I've been teaching. In the 4 years that I've been teaching, I would have to say pretty much 99%, if not 100, and this is no bull, of all the students I've had and spoken to, and it's been a lot of students, not one person has ever heard of lucid dreaming. They can't really comprehend the idea of controlling their dreams. I mean, there are a few people who say, yeah, I became aware of my dream, but controlling them, out of the question. I mean, people can't even fly, man. I mean, I'm like, yeah, man. I've been trying to put them down, but yeah, this is what I do, when I cross over. And they're looking at me like I'm on some shit, man. Like I'm smoking something, man. And I'd be like, well, you can fly. There's different things you could try. And they're like, that's impossible, flying. And it's like, well, yeah, man. But like I said, I'm not bashing Japan. I'm just trying to put y'all down on other parts of the globe of what's going on. So, I'm over here doing my thing as best I can to help awaken people to their true godhood, their true natural state. But yeah. So let me see. I know I didn't went off on a rant right there for y'all, but let me try to regroup, see where I want to go next. Oh, okay, yeah. All right, I seen somebody put a comment once up on one of the videos. I don't know which one. But the comment was something kind of saying like, I think they were saying something like, is dreaming just advanced imagination? Or someone else made a comment like, am I just imagining these things that happen to me and my abilities? Well, that all comes down to what's the definition of imagination. We basically have been bamboozled. That's right, I said bamboozled. But we've been tricked, man. Yo, when you're in school, just think about it. When you're a kid, right? You're young. Teachers are telling you stuff like, use your imagination. You could do anything you want. You could be great. You could be president. All this BS, man, they be hitting us with. And as you start getting older, it seems like so-called imagination starts getting cut down, and it starts becoming more of so-called reality. You got to focus in. So what happens is, what has happened is, they have stripped us, well, not me, and not many others, but most people, even now, they are stripping people of their powers. Once you take away a person's imagination, their power's gone. That's it. All their power has been sucked dry. And they are now, drum roll, a human. That's what it is, man. They become human. That's how you turn a god into a human. If nobody knows, that's something new I'm going to hit y'all with right now. How do you break a god? How do you break an immortal being? Very simple. You convince him that he has no power. You make him lose focus of his imagination, limit his imagining abilities and his ability to use imagination, and then you get the final result is a dumbed down human who has no belief in anything, and they just need to follow rules and orders from someone else telling them what to do. Yeah, that's what it is, man. So, yeah. It seems like imagination only has value as long as it's creating some type of financial gain in the so-called, marketing, commercial venues, and all these type of things. But business, if it has no money-making qualities in business, nobody cares about imagination. Once you start imagining things that will empower you, you start saying, all right, well, I had this experience and I had these abilities. Using my inner senses, I could cross into other realms of reality. I could see things that others can't. I could pick up vibrations. I can consciously enter my dream states. When you start talking about that kind of stuff, here comes, the mob squad, man. They're like, no, you got to get back in touch with reality. You're losing focus now, and that's a lot of fantasy, and it's just imagination, and just come back down to reality. Well, whose reality am I coming back down on? Because it seems to me like the people saying come back down to reality, there's either two groups. Either group A are people who have been brainwashed and they're trying to make you like the rest of them, or group B are the people who are running the fucking show. And they want you to come back down to reality, which is their reality, which is the one that they've created and have been manipulating for centuries. So they don't want you focused on your reality and the one that you can create and focusing on your powers. They want you focused within their reality because you are energizing them. So this thing of when people say, oh, maybe it's all just your imagination, they don't even know what imagination is. And this is something new I'm about to hit y'all with. Imagination is you. That's what it is. You are the imagination. When you close your eyes and start visualizing, that is your creative power. That is who you are. We are the imagination of ourselves. Whatever you are right now, like me right now, this body, this is me using my imagination, and I have created this body. And this reality that I'm in right now, so-called Japan, I mean, this is what I'm creating with my imagination. And I'm just expressing it through a physical form, a physical body. But my true self is my imagination. And it has no form. It can be whatever it wants to be. That's why I keep telling people to start visualizing and doing the meditations and all these things. I'm not saying this coming from some lame-ass spiritual quest where, yes, sit down, let's do meditation, and, you know, you get in contact with your spirit guides and, you know, the great white light beings, and no. I don't do that. I don't do none of that. I'm all about self-power, all right? And, yeah, many people can disagree with me. It doesn't matter. There's all these different conscious beings and entities and forms. They're basically all trying to pull in different people or different energies into their collective reality. And this could be in the form of anything, whether you call it science, whether you call it war, whether you want to call it video games or whatever it is. This is all just energy, man. And they grab people's consciousness and their focus and try to pull it into them. And if they join with them, then that empowers them even more. So let's just say they got the video game consciousness. You know, this entity that's all about, you know, the graphics and all these things, it's a force. It's a living force. So it pulls you in. And what happens, you get hooked on the video games, you get addicted, and now you're supporting that force. And that force is thriving. It's getting bigger. It's getting money. It's getting your attention, and it's pulling you away from your focus. The media, they're pulling all your energy into the media. What's going on? Ooh, look, a war. Oh, no, yeah, they're going to bomb this place. Oh, no, the president's talking about that. And that pulls your energy into their reality. Now you got pulled into the consciousness of politics. And now you're hooked into politics and worrying about what this president's going to say next and what country's going to do what. And once again, you've lost your power. And so on and so forth, man. This happens on so many other different levels. But back to what I was saying. The imagination is you. You have power. You have the power. These clowns don't have no power, man. That's why they out here trying to always have us in fear and worrying about stuff all the time. You know, I've been on this planet for a while, man. And I have to say, every day, and I don't really watch the news, but when you turn on TV, it's always something negative. Why is that? Why is it that this planet has been here for such a long time, endless eons, and we still can't get it right? I mean, goddamn, man, 2013, and we're still talking about black and white and what country's religion is not appropriate and who's distant. I mean, look, I don't do that. And if y'all watch my other videos, you know what the face is. I gotta give them the face. And the face is, are you fucking kidding me? Excuse the language, but I gotta say it. That stuff is nonsense, man. I don't do none of that. In my videos, I'm gonna keep focusing on your power, your own self-power, and just keep trying to remind you of who you are. So, yeah, don't worry about all this nonsense out here, man. All right, now, I did have some other juicy things to tell y'all. Yeah, as far as my abilities go and what I've been on my own journey over here, man. That's why, yeah, I feel bad. I haven't been on these videos for a minute, and I came out real strong. I was pumping out videos, every week or something. But and I still want to continue making videos. But the thing is, once your abilities start to kick in, it's not that I'm saying, screw the YouTube universe, but it's like, yo, man, I'm on this journey, and these powers I'm coming into, man, they make PlayStation 4 look like Atari. When Atari first came out, man, there's no comparison. There's just no comparison. I don't stress people, man. I meet people over here in my daily life, whether it be students or outside acquaintances, and I don't hit people over the head with this stuff. I just give them little tidbits here and there, and they ask me, "Oh, what are you doing?" I said, well, "How do I do these things?" I said, "Well, you got to eat right, you got to exercise, you got to meditate," and those are three things that people just don't want to do. People don't want to eat right, people don't want to meditate, and people don't want to exercise. Let me stop. But people don't want to exercise, man. People don't want to do these things. So, yeah, you got to take back your power, man. You got to take it back and stop letting these morons out here tell you what reality is and have you looking all over the place into all these other areas that are taking you away from your focus, man. The dreaming, or what is called the dreaming, just want to finish the video on this. It's a real place. And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, how do you know it's real? And, I don't think it's real, and that's fine. But keep telling yourself that bullshit, man. Every night we go to bed. See, all right, that's what I wanted to say. I just reminded myself. If you're having trouble remembering your dreams and consciously crossing over, there's one thing you need to start doing. Stop saying to yourself, okay, I got to go to sleep now. Oh, I'm so tired, I got to go to bed. You don't go to sleep. There's no such thing as sleep. You lay down, you close your eyes. Closing your eyes blocks out physical reality focus, and now your power is able to jump across the universe into other realms of reality. There's no sleep. So you need to start saying, all right, my body's physically tired now. I focused too much energy in this reality for the day. Now it's time for me to go have some real fun and cross over into these other realms. That's what you need to start telling yourself. Change this concept of sleep, because sleep means, according to how they have us brainwashed into believing what sleep is, sleep in this reality means unconscious focus. You lay down and you just black out, and if you're lucky, you might be able to have some dream experiences, and that's if you even remember them. If you wait, when you wake up, you might have little tidbits here and there, a little something to nibble on and say, oh wow, I had a dream. But as you all know, if you don't have this training, once you wake up, that starts fading away, right before your eyes. You wake up and say, wow, that was a crazy dream, man. And then you look at the clock and let me turn the TV on. All right, what was that crazy? Oh man, I had a dream. What? Boom, it's gone. You lost everything. So, yeah, start seeing it as not sleep, because words have power over our thoughts. You say, okay, so I'm going to sleep now. All right, so I'm going to be unconscious for the next 5 to 8 hours. No, my body, I've been manipulating physical reality all day. Now it's time for me to return to my source and go relax and have a real adventure on the other side. And when you start telling yourself that, and not just saying it, you got to believe it too. When you really believe this, when you go to bed, you will become, the possibilities of becoming conscious rise even more for you. So yeah. Another thing is, a lot of people, another reason why you can't really do any of these things that I'm talking about and that others are talking about, because you're still trapped between, you're still being too intellectual, man. You still have that intellectual side. There's nothing wrong with the intellect, but you're still trying to compare things, saying, well, I had a dream and this happened, but it couldn't be real because this and this happened. Then two separate worlds. They don't correlate with each other. I mean, they do on many levels, and they're all connections. But what I mean is, you can't judge the dreaming and the dream world or the dreaming. I call it both. But you can't judge the dreaming based on physical reality. They don't correlate. These measurements, if you're trying to measure things and can do calculations, it just doesn't work that way. You can go into a dream and experience a whole day. And when you wake up, physical reality time, only 40 minutes have passed. So, yeah, you need to stop trying to base all your experiences off of physical reality facts and things like that, because they don't work. Now, I'm sorry, sometimes I have trouble explaining these things, because I'm not saying I'm on such this high crazy level above everybody else, but I'm just aware of who I am and what I am. That's it. And I already know, I'm a multidimensional being, and I'm just here, and I'm here trying to help whoever else reawaken. It's not even about learning skills or learning techniques. It's all about just remembering what you already know. You already know this stuff, man. Anybody out there, if you're watching this video and you feel any type of connection to what I'm saying, it's not because, oh, this guy knows some stuff, man. He's doing some deep shit. It's not about that. You already know this. You already know this. And we probably already know each other in the other realms. And I'm just here. I'm just one of the few that have reawakened to myself and remembered my abilities in my past. And I'm trying to help everybody else get back to that point. So, yeah. This is a video. I hope this one, I don't know, didn't go too overboard. But yeah, I'm going to leave it at this for now. And maybe I'll make another video back to back. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But yeah, for now, this is it. Keep doing your work, stay focused, and be strong. Peace, love, and harmony as always, and I'll see y'all again.